Hello. So, this is a lesson on some double stroke row technique. Doing it on my dishwasher because I'm tired of messing around with all the other stuff I have. It's going to be really simple and easy. So, I'm not doing a whole lot of teaching now because of coronavirus, so I might as well shoot some videos. So I'm going to shoot some stuff on the most common things that I wind up teaching all the time. This is on double stroke rolls. This will just be the basic idea of how to do doubles, technique-wise, the way that I do them, which is primarily sort of like the Dave Weckl stroke snap, old school, back to basics kind of thing. Alright, here we go. So, the idea of a double, and it doesn't really matter how you do them. Like, you could do them this way, you could do them palms down, you could do them thumbs up, in between, whatever. It doesn't really matter where you put your wrists. What matters, what you don't want to do, I don't think, is do like a push double where you're like I'm just pushing in and I'm letting the second one bounce, because you hear the gak 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 of your initial like wrist motions. Doesn't sound very even. But when you snap them, palms down, thumbs up. For me, I'm better with the thumbs up. What you're trying to do is you're trying to get the second stroke even with the first. When you do a push double, because it's just the weight of the stick, it's always going to be quieter than the first. So, you want to snap that. Now, that's an easy idea for people to get, but to actually do it is a lot harder for some people. So, I look at it at three motions. You do a basic wrist motion where you're doing this. And if you look at my hand's closed. So that's just a basic wrist motion. Right? This is what I would call as like stage one or whatever, like step one. So I would just have that and have your stick stop at the bottom, your hands closed. But then what you have to do is you have to get used to, when the stick hits, open your fingers up as the stick hits. So the idea is to go like this. So my bottom three fingers are underneath my thumb right now. They move to in front of my thumb as when my stick hits. So it goes like that. Now if I was doing it palms down, do the same idea. It's not the best setup to do this on, but whatever, man. Whatever, man. So, one of the things you can do is just hold inside the front two fingers and practice just doing that to get used to that motion. It's really just this finger, right? And, you know, you can use that for finger control or whatever, but it's really just this finger moving underneath the thumb to in front of the thumb. Now the hard part is to do that while in time with the hit. And then you can see I'm open here, so I'm not like grip really tight. So my hand's not tight. Just trying to be loose. Right? Same idea this way. The stick would come this way. My finger would go underneath to in front that way. Right? So this would be, you know, you could go step one, step two, where your stick is up, your fingers are in front. Step three is to snap the stick and unclosed. Now remember, when we started like this is a closed stroke. Like my hand is, I'm not gripped and digging in, but it's a closed stroke. My fingers are around the stick. So I got 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now if I do the palms down, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So we got step 1, closed. Step 2, fingers go from underneath the stick to in front of the stick. Step 3, I snap my bottom fingers. And then my hands closed, and then I pull my wrist back. And then I start it again. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then eventually, it becomes one motion. So if you watch my wrist, I'm getting one wrist motion, 2 hits. Now, this idea of this big, like 1, 2, 3, that's when you go slow and you want to work out the mechanics really slowly. As you go quicker, you tighten your front 2 fingers a bit. You squeeze a bit. And when you're actually doing the motion, like the actual doubles, unless you're playing really loud, right? It's not going to be as big a motion as like 1, 2, 3. It's going to be pretty small. Right? But if you watch my hand, it's the same idea. So it'll be like 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. So it's all very, very small. That's one of the things when people are teaching things. They teach the big motions, the big concepts, but when you're actually physically doing it, like my wrists are barely moving. Right? Unless I'm like trying to play as loud as I can. So to learn the motions, you want the big 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, right? When you're actually doing them at a functional speed, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, which is kind of weird. But if I tried to teach you this, you'd be like, what are you doing? 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. No. So, there you go. That's the basic mechanics of a double, the way that I do them. You can do palms down, and then big 1, 2, 3. And the stick moves inside like this, or you can do them thumbs up. 1, 2, 3. Alright. And, man, this dishwasher has no recoil. Thank God I've got the Groove Pad. Check out Groove Pad. I don't know what the website is. What is the website? Probably groovepad.com. Or it might be GigPad. Same guy that makes a GigPad, Tom Lewis, makes the Groove Pad. Yeah. So, I'll do some more on doubles as we go, but that's the basic idea. Stage 1, or step 1, step 2, step 3. Start closed, and closed, bring it back up. Until you can do it in one motion. If you want to go faster, these 2 fingers tighten up a little bit, and then it pops the bounce quicker, and you sort of throw down a little bit harder with your wrist. All right. See ya.